Welcome back to Fouts Field at South Sound Stadium, where it is time to wrap this one up with the Alderson's Awards West post-game show for trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more. Go to aldersons.net and check out their full catalog. Matthew King joined alongside Tony Davila and Paul Beatty. And gentlemen, it was a fast start for Black Hills, taking the opening kick back 82 yards for a touchdown. That was Bronson Campbell setting the tone. Defense kind of took over from there for both sides. Black Hills was able to find the end zone one more time on the 29-yard touchdown pass to Braden Bond from Jackson Beck. That put them up 15-0 after the two-point conversion, and then the defense just kind of dominated the rest of the way, forcing turnovers, getting North Thurston behind the sticks, and really just shutting down anything the Rams tried to do offensively.
Yeah, anything that the Rams started to get going, it would either be penalties or it would be an interception by the defense or a fumble recovery. Something would happen that Black Hills' defense would step up, make a play when they needed to, and not allow the Rams' offense to get any kind of momentum. Anytime they got a big play, it was followed by a negative play or something good happening for the Black Hills defense, and just too much for the Rams to overcome.
And it was just countless guys on defense, Paul, for the Wolves. I mean, we were just talking about it during the break. There's multiple guys who went out there and stepped up, had big games. Tanner Parkinson, a couple of interceptions. Xander Shepler came up with some big plays defensively. Jack Ellison and Gavin Gordon were flying around at the second level. Keegan Rongen was shutting down Julian Lee for the most part. And this defensive line, I talked about it multiple times during the game for the Wolves, they were just neutralizing this run game, especially after Adrian Tapia left the game with an injury.
Yeah, no question about it. And just a tremendous job defensively, just denying those receivers. They didn't help, the Rams receivers didn't help their quarterback either. They just could not get a whole lot going offensively. And that is all on the defense of the Wolves. As much as we take a look at offensively what the Wolves did, they only scored one offensive touchdown. The other one, again, was the run back. It was the defense that really dominated, especially here in the second half.
And it was, again, for North Thurston, you don't want to hang your head too much because, again, some key injuries with Tapia leaving the game early and Jalen Kennedy as well. So
yeah.
Those are two big losses and two guys you hope to have back getting into league play next week.
Yeah, I think Tapia was a huge loss for the Rams, no doubt about that.
That it was. All right, let's get to some numbers. We'll start with North Thurston. Larson goes 4 of 22 passing for 26 yards. He threw 3 picks in this one. On the ground, though, North Thurston ended up with 153 yards, only 32 yards of offense in the second half for North Thurston in that. But that was a lot of passing late in the game. They had to throw the ball, so that didn't help there. But it was Parker that led them in touches and yards, 20 carries, 64 yards for Parker in this one.
Let's go ahead and get into our player of the game here tonight. Oh,
Black Hills.
My bad.
Beck went 8 of 15 passing for 100 yards. He did throw the touchdown to Bond. He also had an interception. Stallings was the leading rusher for the Black Hills Wolves. 24 carries, 92 yards for Stallings in this one. And then there was that 82-yard kickoff return to open the game by Bronson Campbell that made it 7-0.
All right, now we're going to get into our MVP of the game, brought to you by Education as a Career. All school districts across the state are in need of all kinds of employees, from teachers to custodians, lunchroom to paraeducators, and a huge need of school bus drivers. Education is a great career, so start your journey by contacting your local school district. And, guys, this is going to be a tough one for us. We're talking about different guys on this defense. I mean, again, so many players stepping up. Tanner Parkinson, the couple picks. Jack Ellison and Gavin Gordon flying around. Seemed like they were in on every tackle. Keegan Rongen completely taken away from Julian Lee. Taking Julian Lee away from the Rams. And then this defensive line, I mean, it is really hard to just come up with one player for this player of the game for the Wolves.
But I think you guys hit it. It's got to be Tanner Parkinson. 2 interceptions, played great on defense, ran the ball a couple of times, and did all the kicking. I mean,
He made some huge plays because some of those snaps, that snap that was almost over his head in the end zone, that he had to one-hand it down to himself, got it off. Another one was a high snap that he kind of bobbled but was able to pick it up, get the kickoff. He just showed that he is a full athlete, not just a punter. He can do a lot throughout the game, and 2 interceptions on defense. Good game for Parkinson.
So Parkinson will be the MVP. Before we go here, guys, I do want to pass this along. Especially if you have teams that play. Ridgefield, the teachers have voted to go on strike, and so the school will be closed beginning tomorrow until further notice. How that impacts athletics, I'm not sure. It is different every time a different district goes on strike, how they do that. And so I know there's a lot of crossover games between soccer and all the sports that are going on right now. So that was breaking news tonight. So Ridgefield school district, they're on strike, and I'm just not sure how that impacts the athletics for Ridgefield down in the GSHL 2A.
Yeah, big news there coming through here tonight. We hope that they can figure out some common ground so we can get those kids back to school and get the teachers the respect that they deserve as well. It is tough thing to work out with together. But once again, your final score, the Black Hills Wolves knock off the North Thurston Rams 15-0. Black Hills moves to 2-0. They will take on Rochester on the road next Friday, while North Thurston, they drop to 1-1. They will open up their league play on Thursday when they're right back here hosting the Capital Cougars. That is going to do it, though, for this edition of high school football here on the Eli's and NFHS Sports Networks. For my partner, Tony Davila and Paul Beatty, thank you so much for hanging out with us on this beautiful Thursday night, and we hope to see you tomorrow for more high school football here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Have a great rest of your night.